For nearly 2 decades, Earth had stood as a quiet observer in the chaos of galactic politics. The Great War, as the galaxy called it, was a sprawling conflict between the Giovanni Dominion and the Cathari Alliance, two ancient civilizations with fleets older than humanity's digital age. Star systems burned. Moons were cracked open like eggshells. Dozens of lesser species had been dragged into the carnage, willingly or not. But Earth? Earth refused. Not out of fear, but out of principle. "We will not fight for empires we do not belong to," the United Terran Council had declared. "We will not sacrifice our sons and daughters for wars we did not start." The galaxy scoffed. Some called them cowards. Others, naive. A few warned them they'd be next. But Earth stayed silent and prepared. Because humanity had learned long ago that the best way to win a war was to never let your enemy choose the battlefield. Somewhere in the Outer Rim, on a moon called Duraxis 4, the Cathari discovered something unusual. An independent mining colony, human but unaligned, was operating in what the Cathari considered a strategic zone. At first, the aliens sent diplomats, then threats. When that failed, they sent a fleet. What they didn't know was that Duraxis 4 wasn't just a mining outpost. It was home to the Orcs, a family of former military engineers, veterans, and mercenaries. And among them was Commander Elias Arkson, one of Earth's most decorated ex-officers. Retired. Peaceful. Quiet. Until the Cathari bombarded his colony. They expected submission. What they got was vengeance. The first Cathari cruiser never made it to orbit. A hidden railgun battery, illegal by galactic standards, punched through its core like paper. The second ship tried evasive maneuvers only to be taken out by a swarm of hunter-killer drones decades ahead of known technology. By the time the Cathari realized they'd poked a dragon, it was too late. Commander Arkson tapped into Earth's old black channels, the ones not even the Galactic Council knew still existed. Within hours, coded signals reached Luna Base, then Mars Fortress, and finally Earth's deep command in the Mariana Trench. And Earth finally responded. Not with words. With warships. From the shadows of Sol, 3 Titanic vessels emerged, human dreadnoughts, cloaked in stealth fields that hadn't been seen since the Orion Wars. Each one bore the mark of Earth's elite, the Iron Sun Fleet. They didn't hail the Cathari. They didn't negotiate. They unleashed. Hypersonic projectiles, gravity warheads, and AI-piloted fighter swarms reduced the Cathari armada to slag in under 10 minutes. No prisoners. No mercy. The Dominion spies watched in horror. The Alliance's admirals went silent. The Galactic Council scrambled to rewrite its threat assessments. Humanity had just entered the war, not as conscripts, not as pawns, but as monsters dressed in silence. Ambassador Reltana of the Giovanni Dominion sent a desperate message to her superiors. The Terrans were never weak. They were waiting. They said no to our war because they didn't need it. But now that someone's hurt their own, they're coming. Not to take sides. To end it. By the time the Giovanni and Cathari tried to parley, Earth had already launched its fleet-wide protocol. Operation Black Veil. Colonial stations across the galaxy blinked into darkness, then screamed back to life under Terran banners. All those years of neutrality? A mask. Humanity had seeded the stars with sleeper colonies, hidden tech, and loyal veterans. Quietly. Patiently. And now they were awake. From the Oort periphery to the Cygnus Verge, human warships erupted from forgotten asteroid belts and nebulae, wiping out both Cathari and Dominion fleets without warning. They weren't fighting for territory. They weren't fighting for revenge. They were sending a message. You brought your war to our doorstep. Now you'll see how humans wage it. In the final months, the Cathari sued for peace. The Giovanni surrendered shortly after. And Earth? Earth didn't claim a single planet. Didn't install a single governor. They simply returned home silent as they came. But the galaxy would never forget. Because in their arrogance, the aliens had picked the wrong enemy. And humanity reminded them all why Earth had stayed out of the war for so long. Because when Earth fights, no one else gets a second round.